Attorney Speaker, and I have with me today Attorney David Daggett of Daggett Shuler Law. Daggett Shuler Law is known throughout the community for the many programs that they do for the community. And what we're going to talk about today is the Back to School Backpack Program. David, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Cindy. Happy Friday to you.
You too. You
I
too.
don't have my jacket on. It's 90 degrees and humid here in North Carolina. So, yeah, it's hot and humid.
Oh, wow. Well, it's pretty hot and humid here in Philadelphia, but not quite that bad. So that's good. But I see you have one of your backpacks behind you.
Yes, got a backpack sitting here on my desk. We're getting ready for our annual Back to School backpack campaign, which is super exciting. It's a part. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to ask you, how did that all get started? Because I think you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah, this will be our third year,
Okay.
and we're doing it in conjunction with the Winston-Salem Police Department. And this grew out of a friendship I have with Chief Barry Roundtree of our local police department, who we've been friends with and have done public events together over the years. It's interesting. Our police department here has really done a pretty good proactive job with community relations in order to try to head off problems that we've seen in other communities. And so Chief Roundtree wanted to do a back to school backpack program. And of course, anything dealing with youth is right up our alley too. And so we got together and devised a plan. Of course, we wanted to do things, the right way and as good as possible. So we put together a plan where there's all sorts of different plans of giving out backpacks and giving out supplies and those sort of things. And we encourage them all because the need is great. Our poverty rate in this area is quite high, and so the needs for those students is really pretty large. So one of the things that's also very interesting is that very first day of school and the start of the school year can be very defining for a young person's life. If they start out on the right foot, they can start taking those steps up and create a very, very positive life for themselves, a very, very positive future. But on the flip side, if they start off handicapped, it gets harder and harder and harder. And a lot of that is emotional for these young people. You know, these young kids, they all come to school the first day with a great big smile on their face and they're ready to go. And, these, particularly the elementary school kids. But when they get there and there's an obvious divide between the haves and the have-nots, particularly with just the basic necessities to get started in school, it's a real handicap, which gets them going downhill.
Yeah.
So that's a long-winded way of saying we try to get them on an equal footing for the start. So what we've done with the backpacks, and can I grab it and try to show it?
Absolutely.
So, we've got 7, we have very high quality backpacks, okay? We got backpacks that are completely unlogoed, okay?
Okay, yeah.
There's no logo on them whatsoever. That's intentional because there's no way to identify the backpacks. So they're not Nike, they're not Daggett Shuler, and then we got 7 different colors so that the underprivileged kids that get the backpacks, they don't get stigmatized that they're a kid with a free backpack because they're unmarked. Wow. And there's a whole variety of them. So we did that intentionally, which is a good thing. They're actually very, very sturdy. They're ergonomical. I'll confess, I did give one to my wife, and she loves it and uses it. But for the back to school backpacks, what we then did, and maybe I have to take things out here, but what we did is we stuffed them with everything that's on the school system's list
Oh,
for items to go back. So just as I reach in here, your pink eraser,
yes,
scissors, good quality scissors, pencils, um, crayons. Can you see this?
I can. That's
Yes,
great.
crayons. Um, uh, Notebook paper, little spiral notebook, uh, pocket folder. Uh, this one has 2 pencil sharpeners in it,
Fantastic.
and glue stick, and so it's completely filled with all those things. The nice thing is this is everything that the school system has on their recommended list for students to have to get started the school year. Well, when they get a backpack with everything in it and are ready to go, it makes those youngsters feel like they're on an equal footing with all the other students in the school. So
That
that's
is great. Yeah.
yeah. So that's really good. It's very very it's very fulfilling for us because we know the difference it makes, and we've seen it. A lot of our employees, they have youngsters that are in school with underprivileged kids, and they know that the difference that we're making. So it's kind of a project that we've had, a lot of buy-in
Oh, I bet.
from our staff and our employees.
Yeah.
The other thing that we do, and this is kind of interesting, um, Chief Roundtree, Griff Schuler, and I, along with they're the safest backpacks in town because we take a whole caravan full of backpacks with police cruisers, the police van, the police pickup truck, and we drive in front of the schools. We actually do this. This is another interesting, seem counterintuitive to start, but you'll understand the reasoning. We school starts, so there's no students there. So
Okay.
the chief, I mean, I think it's incredible. The chief of police himself comes to help us deliver the
That's fantastic.
backpacks. But what we do is we go to the schools and drop off the backpacks, and we talk to the guidance counselors who are so grateful they're about to bust.
Oh,
And what happens is the guidance counselors know how to identify on the first day of school the students in need and get the backpacks to them. Again, if we came into the school once school is in session with this entourage of police officers and everything else and give the backpacks directly to the kids, there's a stigma attached to that.
yeah.
So we remove every form of stigma that we can, but we, our teachers and our administrators, particularly the ones working with underprivileged kids, they're under a lot of pressure, and it's always they're always in the situation of having to do more with less,
Yeah.
and then the next year you got to do more with less, and then so it means an awful lot to them, to have us come barging into their school, but to bring these police officers who are just good as gold, the chief of police actually there greeting these counselors and the teachers that are there against their class, world to them that the chief of police would come himself
Oh, I
uh,
bet.
to see them. So it's there's a it creates an environment of encouragement and support
Yeah.
for our teachers and administrators in these underprivileged that deal with the underprivileged students, and it really gets their year started off much better. And it's they really look forward to it. The next year they now know after a few years of doing this that when we come rolling in with a bunch of police cars, there's not a problem. It's a good thing. So yeah,
That is
so
great, David.
yeah, it's good.
That's
So
fantastic.
yeah, you can't, as much as I think we try, we can't save the whole world. So what we do is is we target 5 elementary schools. Uh, and another really interesting thing, and I again, for folks that aren't involved, would find this counterintuitive, is all of our schools in our area are very diverse. Not just with race, but socioeconomics and those sort of things. Well, what's interesting is research shows the pocket of poor kids in a school in a wealthier neighborhood actually get off to a worse start than the poor kids in the poor schools because they're separated out.
Yeah.
So what the particularly the pocket of underprivileged kids in what you would think is a nicer neighborhood actually makes a bigger difference because they're going to school with the quote wealthy kids.
Yeah.
And without this sort of program, they're on an unequal footing.
Yes.
So it helps put them on an equal footing. And as we commented at the beginning, is getting them on the equal footing at the beginning gives them the opportunity to progress
Yeah.
and to excel in school that can make a difference for their whole lifetime. So it's very gratifying thing to do. We are just so thankful at the way the principals and the administrators cooperate with us, and so grateful for the leadership of Chief Roundtree and and his officers of the Winston-Salem Police Department. And I'm getting older now, so I can go in and all the teachers, they hug me and they're so thankful that we're there, and it's a very rewarding and gratifying program today.
That's great, and it's so well thought out. I think the way that you've done it, the way that you explained it, it's so well thought out.
The other thing, we will be on Triad Today TV show Saturday morning at 7 o'clock. Is that correct? And Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. And Chief Roundtree is on with us.
Oh, terrific!
Talking about the backpack program.
Terrific.
And the other thing that's kind of sentimental to me this year is Chief Roundtree retires at the end of the month, and so this is his last big splash for community events. So that's
how nice.
So everybody knows I'm a little bit of a softy and sensitive, so I might tear up a little bit with his retirement. But
that's really neat. Well, it's interesting.
I also tease him because he's 3.5 years younger than me, and I can't figure out how he's retiring, and I still have to work so hard.
What I was going to say is it's interesting because you do hear about, as you've said, these backpack programs are done a lot of times in communities. But what I've seen is they're most often done by churches and groups like that. How wonderful that a law firm is so passionate about helping the community. It's unusual, and I applaud you for that.
Yeah, and we're filling a bit of a need that they weren't able to fill in any other way, and the reason is because we're able to assemble a high quality unlogoed backpack that is completely full with all recommended supplies. I'm not sure there's another program in the area that does that.
Oh, I doubt it.
I know that we have a program in town that does the gallon-sized baggies with some school supplies in it, which is great. I'm not knocking any of them. This fills a little bit of a different niche than that, and so it's very rewarding, and we're very proud of the program and proud of the support that we've gotten for it.
Very good. Well, I noticed on your blog, if you go to daggettshulerlaw.com/blog, the entry for yesterday, August 17th, lists the times and the channels for Triad Today. So you want to catch that program with Chief Roundtree and David on the weekend.
Yeah. Can we put a link to the website? in this blog post?
We sure can.
We get it up, and then you just go to the upper right corner, and there's a blog, and you can click on that, and that'll take you right to it, and you can see. I'm looking at it right now just so that I know what I'm talking about. You can see a picture there with us on the show with Chief Roundtree and a little bit about the program.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, David, listen, thanks so much for your time today. Thanks for all you're doing in the community. Always a pleasure to talk with you. And I especially love talking about the community programs that you're so
absolutely. Very, the community programs, unless we leave this world a little bit better than we found it, I think we haven't truly succeeded. And there are opportunities like this for all of us to get involved, help our young people. Our young people are the future for all of us and for all of our communities. So this is just one, small piece of doing our part, but we sure do enjoy it.
Outstanding. Well, thanks, David, and great talking to you.
Okay, thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay. To those of you that are watching, if you have questions, comments, feel free to put them in the comment area on this post, and we'll be glad to answer those. Thanks, everybody.